Are you ready for season 2?
Season
You ready?
2.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bees in a
The
Pod, season
Season
2.
two.
That's the cringiest intro ever.
We haven't even gotten to the names yet.
Yeah, we haven't even gone to the names. I'm your host, Mo,
And I'm co-host Mash.
and this is Bees in a Pod, season 2. I can't believe we're
Wow.
here, Mash.
We've made it, man.
New setup. Yeah,
Woof.
new room.
My lights.
Yeah, Mash put up them lights. I did everything else. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Team LIC. Helped me a lot in this room. I need to sleep salty. So we've got the new room. Shout out to LIC for funding this, paying for this beautiful new room. So basically got our own little studio now, right?
Yeah.
So
We're going to have to start renting this place out.
yeah, if you're interested, I mean, not yet.
Not
We'll
yet.
see. We'll see. But yeah, no, for those listening and not watching, we've completely revamped our room. And if you're not watching, jump on YouTube and have a look. We'll pop something on Insta as well, little room tour. But yeah, season 2, man, a lot's happened. But I guess before we recap, for those new listeners, let's explain what Bees in a Pod is. So Bees in a Pod, we are a podcast hosted by Leaders in Community, a youth charity that manages the Teviot Centre in East London, Tower Hamlets, United Kingdom, for international viewers. And yeah, so we do a whole host of stuff. The reason why we're dressed as bees is we run a beekeeping course free of charge for our residents, where we teach people how to look after bees. And that's been like our crown jewel for quite a few years. And it's a very unique offer. I don't know of anything else in Tower Hamlets, at least, that do stuff like this. So it's a unique offer, and we love bees. LIC loves bees. And so we've dedicated this whole podcast to the bees. And as well as that, we run, community activities for everyone, kind of trying to reduce gaps in services, governmental services, in current societal issues, hunger gaps, employability gaps, everything, people being left out, loneliness, everything. We cover everything, health and fitness and well-being. We just started MMA classes.
Amazing.
Tiger style MMA. Hopefully we'll, with an up and coming MMA star running it, Shah Kamali. So hopefully he might be a guest. Shah, if you're seeing this, I doubt it. But if you are, here's another invitation. And then as well as that, we also run a youth projects where we support our young people into employability and supporting them through social action. And really, I think recently talking to some of our colleagues, I think we were trying to define what kind of young person typically do we work with. And really the typical young person we work with is that young person that's at the back of the class. Yeah. They're quiet. They don't make a lot of noise. But their grades are not doing that great. They're struggling at school because they've got stuff going on at home. Yeah. They've got their own mental health issues, but because they're quiet, the teachers don't pick up on it. And so there's no they're not going PRU, they're not going to exclusion, they're not getting the explicit help because they're not outwardly,
showing or giving any signs that they need that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the young people we predominantly help. We're open to everyone. But yeah, that's, those are the kind of issues we help to solve. So that's us in a nutshell. We need to find a better way of compacting that as an intro.
Yeah.
We do a lot. And this is one of them, this podcast.
Yeah.
So season 2, we're here. There's a lot that's happened since season 1, obviously, other than just the room. Mash, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Man, it feels like, well, first of all, congrats to the whole, because it felt like just the other day, this was just an idea floating around, Now, the fact that we've come this far, season 2, wow, it's amazing. We've had some extraordinary guests during season 1. We covered quite a few topics, some random, some exciting, some very insightful.
What was your favorite episode from season 1? I know there were a few that you weren't
There were a
co-hosting.
few. There were a few standout episodes. Um, it's a close. It's a close battle between Sheikh Ashik and Tahmina. I think two very insightful, very there's so much to learn from them. It felt like school outside of school, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
And it went deep. Like the conversations went
yeah,
deep.
yeah,
Um, to a point where you know that you can explore even further. Probably just ran out of the time to even,
yeah, exactly.
dive deep. But yeah, it was definitely out of those two. Just very, very amazing episodes. A lot
Yeah,
to learn.
I'd have to
And
agree. Yeah,
re-sparks your interests and yeah, just gets you thinking.
I'd have to definitely agree. Those two, I mean, they were all good. Every episode we do is great, and like you said, if only we had more time. I mean, technically we do, but it's like who's going to listen to a 5-hour podcast?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could. You want us
No
to do a
problem.
5-hour podcast? We'll do. We'll do it.
Yeah.
But you gotta listen. um, but yeah, man. So Mash, uh, what like? Do you want to share what we're getting ourselves into in July?
Oh, I think you're in a better. Oh, are you talking about what?
What we've
Yes,
been up
yes.
to?
So us personally are going on a journey on a 10K run. Um, Now I think for us personally as well, it was a big step. Like
Yeah,
it was something that we obviously had to think about it before we made that decision. But you know what?
we didn't think about it.
I didn't.
I know I
We
didn't.
should have.
We
We
should.
probably should have thought about wait, but because I know I just said I'm like, yeah, it's only
Yeah,
10K.
same.
I
Man,
put my name forward. I'm like, what?
do you know what? All right, what happened was, all right, let me give the wider context, and
Yeah,
then we'll
give the
go
wider
into
context.
why we just jump straight into it.
Yeah.
So we've got some amazing partners at a company called Telehouse, and Telehouse are amazing. They've supported us. We can't explicitly say how they've supported us yet, but keep an eye on the news. You might hear something. But either way, they're an amazing partner with us, and one of the things they've very generously done is put us and another charity forward to raise money during the London 10K run. And they extended an invitation to us, and obviously we can't have other people running to raise money for us
Yeah.
when and we don't do anything.
That makes so much more
So
sense.
Saeed called me. I think I was out somewhere, and then he was just like, "Oh Mo, do you want to do a 10K run?" And then the way he pitched it, Saeed, was we could just walk it. We could just walk it the whole way. And then I was like, oh yeah, you know what? It would be sick. Like we'll just attach some GoPros to us. So we'll be in our B suit and we'll do a podcast while we're walking the whole 10K. Yeah. And if that was the case, that would have been a sick episode. But
Oh man.
unfortunately, after we agreed, so I found out, I called Mash straight away and I told him, yo, we're just gonna walk it. It's gonna be easy. And Mash, again, he just
I was all for
yes.
it, man. The episode got me hooked. I
Yeah,
was
me too.
I was like, yeah, you know what? That got me hooked.
Yeah. So
And now I realize Saeed done it on purpose to get us in,
yeah.
and then let us know 1-2 weeks later. Oh yeah, no, there's actually a time limit to
So
this.
there's a time limit. We got to finish this in 1 hour 45 minutes.
Yep.
And so basically we were faced with the reality that we have to jog it.
Yeah.
There's no way about it. We can't
No.
walk it.
No.
I don't even
no.
think at this point, like we're about 6 weeks into our training.
Yeah. 6 weeks.
And I don't think there's any way of us walking it during, like, from considering our timing at the moment.
Yeah.
So right now, I think our best time is about 1 kilometer every 10 minutes. So our current pace would finish 10K in 100 minutes. So almost 2 hours, which is, we're still too slow at our current pace.
Yeah.
So we need to be about 10 minutes quicker.
Yeah. So
it's
long story short, no episode, unfortunately, during that run.
no episode. There's no way.
Yeah.
There is no way. I wish we were physically fit enough to do that, but who knows? Maybe, you know what we should look into is we should, if any viewers out there, any runners know of any, runs, marathons, sort of things where there is a really long time. I think the main London marathon,
The 26th, probably
yeah.
the 26th.
So maybe that's the one where we just walk and do a
Yeah.
podcast. And we're training anyway.
I feel I would distract every other runner there though.
Nah, they got people in like I saw a guy in a dinosaur costume running the marathon, man. But they put all the costume people right at the back.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so we've been training. So we've been following this program called Couch to 10K. If you've been on our Instagram, we've been uploading some vlogs, kind of capturing our journey, and it's been amazing.
You know what? I'm so glad we actually signed up for this.
Me too.
Like, as hasty as it was, that decision, but starting that training and seeing that, we're actually capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Put our minds to it. It's been an experience, and I'm actually happy that
it's been amazing, man. Like, I'm so proud of all of us because I remember, I think you joined in a little bit. I think you joined in, but not too much later.
Not too much. I think the second or third week maybe.
Start off like end of the second week. Yeah. So not too far in. Like we were still in like 1 minute run, 1 minute jogging.
Yeah.
So I remember like when me and Saeed started here in Teviot Estate, we were running down the canal. And I was out of breath, struggling for just one minute. I remember like I was getting stitches. I was in pain. Saeed was way far ahead, just for 1 minute, then 1.5 minute jogs. And just a couple of days ago, we did 4 kilometers.
4K, like
we ran for 40 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked at myself. I've never done anything like that in my life.
No, I used to be the guy who I couldn't. So I don't know if it was a medical or any reason, but for some reason, I couldn't go up a flight of stairs without like having to sit on the stairs.
Yeah.
So I used to always think, it's asthma or something wrong with me and so on. But now, like after doing that, I'm thinking, what on earth has this come from? So, it definitely shows that once you put your actual mind to it, and you can do great things.
100%. It definitely. I mean, it's. I feel like I sound like every other person who's kind of gotten into something and then realized it's mind over matter. Yeah. And those are the people I used to listen to and be like, yeah, okay. But now we're here, and I know people are listening to us right now. Be like, yeah, thinking, okay,
yeah, all right.
But listen, I'm not a skinny guy. You know what I mean? And certain people that I know are listening to this podcast who are making excuses that they're gonna run next year. Yeah. You know who you are. You know who you are. You know who you are. I don't think if you're able-bodied, you can do it.
Yeah.
If I've just deeped it. Like if I can do it, anyone able-bodied can do it.
All it is just starting. I think that's all it just takes you to actually get up and go for that. Just one jog or one walk, whatever it may be, but just starting, and then the feeling that you get after you complete it.
Yeah.
Knowing that you feel so good after you do it.
Yeah.
You feel so good. And then you're like, you know what? This isn't half bad.
No, but I can't lie. It takes you have to dedicate a few weeks.
It does.
I'm gonna put up on screen and link in the if it's on YouTube, I'll link it in the comments. A picture of the routine that we're following.
Yeah.
So it's Couch to 10K. So it's a 10-week program where you run 3 times a week, and then there's strength and conditioning once a week, and it will slowly get you there. I can't lie, the first 3 weeks,
hard.
I hated it. I genuinely I was jogging and I was just annoyed and angry. I'm gonna be real with you. I was like genuinely, I was like, why am I doing this? Like, this is painful. How could anybody enjoy this? I think if you go through some of the vlogs I was saying, I was like, I was not enjoying it. But after now, I think it was week 5. Week 4 or week 5, I think week 4 is when I started being like, okay, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
And then week 5 or end of week 5, when we did our 4K was a confirmation for me.
Yeah. Because I think the 3K was the
3K was like, yes.
Yeah.
And then 4K was just like, it settled it for me because what happened, I didn't tell you because I knew you were going to accept, and secretly I didn't really want to do it. But in my mind, after after we did the 4K on Saturday, on Sunday I was going to message you, be like, "Yo, do you want to do a cheeky 5K early?" Because
Mm.
I genuinely like where I was that evening, and even though I was shattered, I was thinking to myself, like, it'd be so nice to run in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I never thought I would actually want to go run.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I look forward to it now.
Yeah. I
And
know. You know what? The first thing I did when I came back, I was like, why don't I do this every morning? Why is it
yeah,
just I
exactly.
was thinking the exact I was like, I set my alarms and I'm thinking, why not start every
Yeah.
morning like this, get ready and then go work? Like just
I
some
regret getting that
great
gym
stuff.
membership now, because now I'm stuck in there for 1 year, and we've got our
Yeah.
outdoor natural gym, and I'm like, because if I run every morning, which I'm up for,
Yeah.
um, I don't know when I'll find. I mean, I guess maybe I could do a little bit after. You know what? I think it's just starting early for us. Anyway,
It's
let's
just
not get
fine.
into this. Is
Yeah.
becoming more like
But no,
specific,
but the
but
run itself, right? I like it's it was so good that we started this training that it so the next little part, it actually motivated me to now go and climb a mountain. So
oh
I've
yes,
decided,
yeah, yeah.
um in June I'm gonna be taking on the Ben Nevis challenge. And I think I wouldn't have ever said yes if it wasn't from starting from this and seeing that, you know what, I've got it in me to actually um go and do it and get back to my best and try and go for that mountain
It's
because
impressive.
I've done it once. I've completed it once, so I know that I've definitely got capability to go um and do that hike. So yeah, in the
Man,
summer
that's
I'm going for
amazing.
it. Ben Nevis, here we go.
Donate, pledge to Mash's fundraiser, please. Links in the description.
Thank
QR
you so
code is
much.
on screen. Um, I'll enter like a quick voiceover because we haven't got our phones right now.
Yeah,
So, but I'll put a voiceover on what to
thank you
search
so
to
much.
find it.
Yeah.
But no, that's amazing, man. That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's been such a journey, and we're not even there yet. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to cheer us on, July 14th,
14.
yeah,
Yeah.
14th. We don't know the route yet, but it starts in Green Park. Um, who knows? I mean, I really hope. I really want that medal.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, also it's not just us. Saeed, Melanie, and Marwan are also running. They're also training. Um, yeah, Marwan and Saeed are like so far ahead of us. To be fair, you were outpacing me as well. I think you're just being nice with me, keeping up on my pace. I'm definitely the slowest.
Bees in a pod,
Beast in
man.
a pod. But yeah, that's the 10K, everyone. Where I'm really excited for it.
Excited.
Stay tuned. And it's been an interesting insight and growth. Um, and yeah, obviously we're also going to be doing it with the Telehouse team, which is going to be great. I know they're doing their own training. I think we're going to try and do a big group training the day. I think during the week before the actual run.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so what else is going on with LIC? So
Bees.
beekeeping,
Yeah. Let's move
where
into that.
yeah, man. So where I think it's this week, 25th of May. Currently recording this on the 21st of May. So it's probably by the like it will probably have started and then this will go out. Our beekeeping course is starting up. Um I believe it's full. It usually fills up really, really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, why
Um,
wouldn't it? Son?
free beekeeping course. Like, why would you not take
Why
part
would
in it?
you not? Even if you were scared of bees, I think you'll still take part in that.
Man, we've had all kinds, man. Some of the parents bring their children to take part with them. Like, it's definitely child friendly as long as your child doesn't have an allergy. But it's child friendly. Bees are usually friendly.
Yeah.
I think last year, because of climate change, to be honest, particularly how it's affecting the weather here in the UK, the seasons were off. So
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember last year, we had a really short summer.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
short. Spring was all over the place, winter was long. Um, and that basically threw off the bees. And so they were actually quite aggressive last year. They were
Yeah.
swarming. So we had to move them away from our site here on the Teviot Centre back to our other site just down the road. But we're going to be bringing them back this summer. We've had a relatively normal last few seasons, so they've been well behaved. They've
Yeah.
been normal. Bees are usually pretty peaceful, man. Um, but yeah, man, this beekeeping course is super important. Um, you know, I was reading something about why beekeeping is ethical, and
Okay.
oh no, Alexa's interrupted. We should have silenced Alexa.
Oh no, Alexa.
Alexa,
How do you stop Alexa?
shush. Man, AI is gonna when AI gets conscious, she's still talking.
Alexa.
Alexa, stop. Okay. So the so people think you can't actually exploit bees because they almost have their own unions. Like
Oh.
like bees are like bees are the nature socialists. Like they self-organize, and you can't actually exploit them because they know, especially when you're farming bees,
Yeah.
they know that the humans are like giving them shelter because a man-made beehive is way more efficient than a natural beehive, and they know that they know it's not a natural beehive,
Wow.
and so they overproduce honey knowing that humans are going to take some.
Oh, okay.
So they will never, and they also know that it's transactional because the humans also take care of the bees
Yeah.
during winter. You feed them, you make sure that they've got enough honey as well. You give them like extra kind of like syrups and stuff to make sure that you look after them, and
Yeah.
they're aware that there's a
You scratch their back, they scratch your kind of.
literally, and they organize themselves to make sure that this is all done fairly.
Wow.
So it's
Amazing.
fascinating. It's super interesting, man. And um,
We
yeah,
need to take tips on work ethic from bees now.
yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Nah, bees are amazing. That's why we pay such
Yeah.
strong homage to
You know
them.
what? I wanted to test the theory. I wanted to dress up like this and go into the hive with them just to see how they might react to us. Just want to. I don't. That could go horribly wrong, especially if we don't have the suit on.
We can
But
test
just
it, man. You know what? Maybe we'll if how do we do this? If you go on Instagram, we're gonna have like a little poll. If we get enough likes, we'll go in there. If the YouTube videos gets, I don't want to say how many likes because I'm embarrassed if we won't even hit like a really low number. But
now,
if you
let's
okay,
stick to a vote. Let's
all right,
stick to a
go
vote.
on our Insta, leave a vote.
Let's
It'll
say
be up
yeah.
on there. If you want us to do it, we'll go into the hive dressed as this, and we'll do a little vlog, kind of showing off the beehive. We got a beekeeping course starting soon, so it might be a cool thing. We're going to be trying the things. Keep your eyes peeled. A new format for this podcast as a special bonus episode called Bees in the Wild,
Ooh.
and we're going to be going out and about in your local area, in your estate. We're going into the ends, just as bees, and we're just going to try and talk to random
We do
people.
not condone violence. Please, no
Please,
attacks.
please don't hurt the bees. Please don't hurt the bees or steal our equipment. Please, we are a charity. But yeah, we're gonna. That might be a cool tester. We're gonna do like I mean, Mash, you unfortunately can't make it, but on Friday we're going to the farm.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I wanted to do a Bees in the Wild episode. We've got limited spaces, and so I had to basically pick between you and Mod One,
Okay.
and I picked Mod One.
Of course, the brother gets the
And
spoils.
I mean, I picked him
Mhm.
because I have less sympathy for him carrying all my stuff, and he's gonna be filming. So we're gonna do. It'll be a solo one, unfortunately, but actually, only part of it will, because the visit there, it'll just be me filming. I'm talking about the farm visit, like everybody knows what's going
Like
on.
what farm?
We're already moving past the beekeeping course. So the food co-op, for those who don't know, we have a food co-op which sells organic fruit and vegetables at basically 50% off. And is supported by the Women's Environmental Network and the Alexandra Rose Charity. And previously, Hill Group as well supported it. And we, every Thursday, was it 11,
Thursdays 11 till 3
3:30?
3:30.
We sell fruit and veg, and it's organic, and we source it from a farm that is kind of as close as we can, that can kind of offer the amounts that we need to serve the community. And all of this is kind of in part to kind of address the hunger gap. And for those, if you want to kind of learn more and have a deep dive, I think our second episode was with the CEO of the Alexandra Rose
Yeah.
charity. What's his name? I'm so embarrassed.
Oh man.
Um, it's on. I'm gonna cut this bit out. That's embarrassing. But look, if you're interested in learning more about the food co-op, we've actually got a episode. I think it's episode 2 of season 1,
Two. Yeah.
with the CEO of Alexandra Rose Charity, and we talk more about the food co-op there and the importance of it. But yeah, so we, as part of this kind of food co-op offer, we've rounded up some of our residents, and we're going to be taking them on a trip to the farm where we source all of our food. And it's gonna be a really cool kind of full day experience. So we're gonna have a look at the farm. We're gonna speak with the farmers. We're gonna have food. They're gonna cook some food for us using the produce that they grow there. It's gonna be really interested, man. Like
It sounds good. It
and
sounds.
yeah, so I've got a special video planned for that. And we're basically gonna be kind of visually showing this concept of farm to fork, I think is the term, where we're going to be in the farm. I'm going to be filming, well, the veg is grown. We're going to be interviewing some of the farmers and people that work there, showing it all off. And my mom's going to make a special appearance. She's going to be the special guest. So we're going to be following her, getting her insights into this. My mom's a chef. She works at a local community kitchen. And what we're going to do is she's going to help kind of pick some of the veggies from there. We're going to track the journey of the veggies coming delivered to the center, to the food co-op, showing off how, you buy it here, how cheap it is. And then we're going to follow the vegetables home with my mom, and we're going to watch
Wow.
her cook a dish with the vegetables, and we're going to do like a nice
So
little
you're gonna have a
taste
whole
test.
Hell's Kitchen episode happening
Hell
now.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're gonna do like me and my mom gonna do a little mukbang at the end, like ASMR, like. Yeah, I hate those. I'm sorry. I hate that. I'm sorry for those listening that don't like that sound. But yeah, that's what's happening. That's what the farm visit's all about. Yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know how people are gonna react to me dressed as a bee at the farm.
Either love it or hate it. That's what I say. That's
Yeah, man. Okay, what else is going on? What else do I have to update everyone on?
hmm.
Uh
Maybe what kind of people we're expecting on season 2.
oh yeah, yeah. So I got a few people who said that they're definitely interested. We're gonna be reaching out to them soon to organize dates, but I'm not gonna kind of name names, but I'll kind of give backgrounds on them.
Yeah.
We've got like a self-made kind of businesswoman who has kind of come from she grew up in London, and she started her own business, and she's a trustee now of Leaders in Community, and she's done amazing work, and we're going to kind of go through her journey. We have someone who is running like a really cool experimental kind of ecological thing, like experimental food growing systems, trying to create like what's called a circular food system.
Mhm.
And that's all about kind of figuring out how we can create systems locally where food waste can, instead of just going to like be wasted at landfills and cause like more CO2 emissions. He is working with an organization, running an organization where he's trying to find a way that we can then take some of that food waste, have a collection system where we collect it from all the houses, compost it, use it to grow food locally, and then residents can then eat that food, put it in the food waste collection, and then there's a system.
No way.
Yeah, man.
So making food with food weight.
Yeah, like rather than like right now, you put your food waste in a bin, it goes to a landfill, and then there's loads of CO2 harmful emissions that go into the air,
Yeah.
and it's not being put to use. So they have a great system that they're experimenting and trying to build on, and trying to get more funding to kind of increase the scale to do that.
Wow.
So we've got like one of the kind of leading people on there. So he's going to be on. Like I said, we want to extend an invitation to Shah Kamali,
Oh yes.
MMA.
Yeah.
See his journey. His journey is amazing. I think he recently went professional this year.
He's
Um,
gone. Yeah. He's
yeah,
professional.
so he's doing really well. Up and coming MMA fighter. Um, I believe he's born, bred in Tower Hamlets,
Yeah.
Bangladeshi. Um, and he's running MMA sessions here at the Teviot Centre, beginner MMA sessions, teaching people. And of course, he's got his own journey. We have another person who's going to be kind of an advocate for mental health, who's gone through their own struggles. I'm not going to reveal anything about their background because we've got to wait to see if they're comfortable sharing it first.
Yeah.
But this individual has had their own experiences with mental health outbursts and managing their mental health, and they've managed to turn it into something very positive, and create a musical career out of it. So it's a musician who's going to be coming on and has been a huge advocate for mental health. We're also going to have someone who works at the Queen Mary University who specializes in, I think, psychology or therapy or something of that sort. So another kind of mental health episode is going to come up.
Yeah.
We're going to have Tahmina back on. I haven't
Oh,
told her
yes.
yet, but I'm going to.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so we're going to have a deep dive, probably into grief because we touched on that, but I think we'll wait and see. But I think that was, from the feedback I was getting from everyone, that was the part of the episode that they enjoyed most. I know that's the part I enjoyed most. It was the most difficult to talk about,
Yes,
but
very hot topic.
it was the most interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna be back on. Saeed, we're gonna invite on, CEO of Leaders in Community, will be back on here to have a proper chat with him. He hasn't been on. I mean, he was the first episode.
First episode, yeah.
He
We
hasn't-
gotta have him season 2.
Yeah,
back
season
on.
2. There's a bunch more, man. I can keep going, but
Yeah.
we have
These are some really
it's gonna be really,
amazing
really
things.
fun, man. It's gonna be super interesting. So I'm really excited for it. Keeping an eye on the time for you. I know you got your driving lesson. It's 5:01.
Oh yeah, guys. By the way, please keep me in your prayers. I am really trying to pass. I know it's hard for a B to drive, but man, I've been trying. I think this is like my 7th attempt. God, please don't make me go to 8. I've got test again. So it just has to happen one day, doesn't it? But yeah, I am.
I mean, I respect your determination to keep going.
Yeah, no, honestly, at the second or third, I could have easily been like, you know
Yeah.
what, maybe it's not for me. I'll stick to the bus. Well, why not? But nah, there's just something about it. Like I love the rush. I love the driving. I am safe on the roads, by the way. I'm not a lunatic. But yeah, I don't know if they've just made the test ridiculously hard, or they don't want let anyone on the streets.
They don't want no
they don't
bees on
let
the
no
road.
bees on the road.
Bees gotta stay on the pod.
yeah.
That was bad. That was terrible.
That was a terrible dad joke. But yeah, but just keep me in your prayers. I think that's all I
I'm sure
need.
you'll
at
be
the
great, man.
moment.
I'm sure you'll pass this time round.
Yeah.
Well, so we our young women. So we run a young women's course called Be Inspired. I just remembered.
Yeah.
So Be Inspired is a young women's empowerment program where it's funded by the Violence Reduction Unit. So they are a funder that work with another organization called Action for Race Equality and Rocket Science, and they are all taking part in. They all create funding for organizations to tackle violence.
Yeah.
Now, usually this is for young men or men who are at risk of committing violence. But we came at it from a different angle and said, actually, young women need to learn how we need to teach young women how to protect themselves and how to spot early signs of things like domestic violence, domestic abuse, and controlling, manipulative relationships. All these kind of terrible things, and more so the kind of hidden, silent, invisible violence. And so this program kind of not only supports with that, but also supports with their employability. We expose them and put them in touch with role models, women who are kind of doing amazing in their careers in all kinds of industries, to show them a pathway through some of these industries that might be more male dominated. And so Be Inspired for International Women's Day put on an event which has become an annual thing now, sometimes biannually, called Powered by Women. And it was an amazing event this year. So the young women put it together themselves. They were celebrating kind of the power of women and women's kind of roles and how to celebrate them and and also celebrate their achievements as young women who've gone through this course. And they'll be on. I think they're going to actually do a takeover, so that we've got two young women that are going to replace you and me as hosts. It's going to happen quite soon. So they'll be talking about their event, but that happened recently.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
was
come?
I was a part of the event.
Did you pop down? Were you
Yeah.
there?
I was
This
already there. I think I was there from work anyway, and then I
Oh yeah.
stayed.
How'd you find it?
Um wow. Seeing them come together like that. And I think I'm not part of the
Yeah.
sessions and so on, but there's a few of them that I knew that, like, when they started, how shy,
Yeah.
timid, how,
Yeah.
not very outspoken, always kind of kept to themselves. Some of them, man, that journey that they went on, that growth,
Mm,
like, it wasn't like, it kind of reminds you why you do what you do.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you see the results and the achievements right in front of your face. And yeah, the whole event, I think it was much needed for them. And
Mm,
I saw the work that they put in for that event.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, there was some of them outstanding, that were here, you know, just getting everything together. And I saw how much it meant for them for it to turn out good, like
Mm,
great.
mm,
They were really hoping for a great
yeah.
turnout, for a great event, and it did. It went
It was amazing.
fantastic. It
It
went
was
fantastic
amazing.
for them.
It was
Um,
amazing. They did so well. They completely transformed the center.
yeah,
It was such a powerful show of kind of resilience and togetherness,
yeah,
and they really kind of hammered home that name, powered by women, because it was powered by women. And these young women are so inspirational, like you said, um, from the start to now.
yeah,
We're not even like embedded in the sessions like that,
yeah,
and we can see
and we
the
still see
changes.
it.
So girls, if any of the young women there are listening, like, we are super proud of you. Like, what you have achieved was amazing.
Yeah,
I know some of them do listen in as well.
yeah.
But yeah, we're looking forward to their takeover. So I'm very curious to see what they'll say, how they'll kind of manage their takeover.
Do you
And hope
think they'll do the face paint?
No, I think they said they're not willing to do it. They said they'll wear the costumes though. But they said they won't do face. It's very, for some reason, I can't imagine why. Like, nobody wants to put on the face paint.
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it,
I
but
think
I think if it's not done by a professional, maybe that's
I mean
what it
I think I look pretty good. Uh, anyway, we'll
is.
we'll wrap it up there. I think, because I know you
Yeah.
got to rush off to your lesson. But do you have any final remarks?
Wish me luck on that mountain climb and on the 10K run.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, if any of you out there are thinking about, starting, working on your health, on your mental health, on your fitness, just, I say go for it. I say just get up on your feet and go for it. Well, what's the worst that can happen?
Mm.
Sprained ankle, maybe. That's it. Like,
Yeah,
but
you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
yeah, I think
Just
go.
just start and
Yeah.
stick to it for a good
Start and
bit of
stick
time.
to it.
It takes time. Like I
Yeah.
said, I absolutely hated it for about 3 or 4 weeks. I hated it. I hated running. I did not enjoy waking up that early and then putting myself through that pain. I was questioning everything. But if you have a friend that you can go with, or a family member, go with someone
Yeah.
else, because that
Go.
accountability helps so much. Like, I know myself. I'm a lazy person. If I did it by myself, I would have cheated. I would have, given myself that extra 1 minute break. I would have left early, be
No.
like, nah, forget it. I'll just do this tomorrow. I know myself. So having other people there forces you to,
Yeah.
stay accountable.
It's only hard until it gets easy.
Literally, 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 beautiful words from a beautiful bee. Anyway,
All right.
thank you guys so much for listening to Bees in a Pod. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow our page, at Leaders in Community, follow our producers at Community Tells. Keep an eye on our Instagram. I think that's where it's all kind of popping off. Instagram and TikTok. Instagram's at Leaders in Community. TikTok is the same. Twitter, LIC_projects. If anybody uses Facebook, we're on Facebook, Leaders in Community. But Instagram and TikTok's where it's really popping off. Instagram has most of our stuff. TikTok, sometimes we sneak on content there that maybe we don't want people on Instagram to see. who knows? Go check it out. You might find something you like. And obviously, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, please make sure you leave us a high rating. It really, really helps us. And, engage with this, leave likes, leave comments. It really, your
And let
support
us
really
know if
helps.
you want to be a guest.
Yeah, if you want to be a guest, reach out. Or if you know someone who has a cool story, please reach out. DM us or email us on info@leadersincommunity.org, or come down to the Teviot Centre, E14 6QD. We're here. I mean, I'm here. Mash is here sometimes. But chat to any of our staff members, let them know, and we can sort something out. Just don't be weird, man. Don't be weird about it. Don't come here and try and like make me wear the bee costume for you. Like, ask to wear the bee costume. Don't be weird. Just be cool, man. Be cool. Anyway, I've been your host, Mo.
I've been your co-host, Mash.
And you've been listening to Bees in a Pod.
Season 2.
Season 2. Thank you so much.
Thank you.